such an asshole.
Good afternoon, sick Cappy. Though I got 11 and a half hours sleep. So Cappy's doing all right for being sick. This is the best I've ever felt being sick. We have a request. You have a request. You can always go to assholeconsulting.com. And as long as you give me money, because that's how it works. You give me money. Dear studying and brave Mr. Clary, I would love to sponsor a Clary original video and get you a cigar. I appreciate immensely your body of work and your YouTube presence. Thanks from one Milwaukeean to another. Adam, well, thank you, Adam. And, you know, as it just so happened, this hit the news yesterday or the day before. And I cannot say what I'd like to say about this individual. I really can't. Because it would be wrong. And we have to say things like in Minecraft, and I hope he draws Muhammad and other type of things like that. But this guy's scum. And this is everything I hate about the economics profession, economists themselves, and social scientists in general. But we're going to go over it. So here it is. Deutsche Bank, by the way, if you didn't know, needed $354 billion bailout from the United States government. Deutsche Bank, Aaron, is that German? Yes, it is. It is. It was so bad they needed American taxpayers out went to this. So this company is already a loser, and they're employing losers. I don't even know why they're employing this guy, because this isn't part of the banking system. This is not part of making money in banking. Anyway. Deutsche Bank proposes a 5% tax for people still working from home after the pandemic. See, they can't let you be free. Anytime there's a bit of progress, they need to take it. They need, did you have progress? Why don't you make your own progress? Why don't you just leave people the F alone? Do you understand how hard, like baked in now? How part of it's just the infrastructure, part of the genetic code now of people who get college degrees and get into positions of power in banking, but just in finance as well, where they're like, there's something that happened in the world. We need a cut. We know what, but we're experts. We're experts here, even though we're economists. And gee, I wonder, is there still unemployment? Yeah, is there still that? Is our debts and deficits the worst they've been even before the pandemic? Yeah. Do economists know what they're doing? No, but they're experts. Remember how they got experts? They're experts. So the one glimmering shiny thing about this pandemic, and these Nazis come in and they got to shit all over it. They just can't let somebody in the world win one. They got to get their stake. They got to get their cut, because they're parasites, essentially, is what they are. Go look up this guy. I tried to look up the LinkedIn. You don't have to look. Trust me. If you're an economist, you're a parasite. You don't work a real job. Trust me, I know. I was one at one time. Now, ironically, I do more economics work than I've ever done before. All right, but just the presumption that they have the right to intervene and tell people what to do, and say, well, see, you bet. So now we're going to take. The day is, mark my word, guys, the day is coming that if you got a hotter wife than somebody else, one of these Nazi, policy wonk bleeps is going to come in and like, we got to have a hot wife tax. Well, you're in good shape. We got to have you're in better shape than other people tax. There's something slightly wrong about the world that I don't like, and I, as an individual, am going to force my opinion on the remaining 7.5 billion of you. I have a master's degree. You know, like the tattletales, the narcs in school? You want to beat up over behind the playground? Yeah, these are the type of people. But they promised you free things. So, well, all right then. That's fine. Let's throw away our freedom, because it's for the children. It's for the why would we against the children? A research team at Deutsche Bank proposed that people pay a 5% tax for the privilege of working from home. Just go up behind the playground. if they continue to do so after the pandemic, as this could subsidize income lost by low earners due to the coronavirus. What is that our responsibility? What do we care? Not our problem. What moral argument do you have to take my money to give something because they had bad luck? Deutsche Bank thematic strategist. Hey, Deutsche Bank, we American taxpayers would like our money back because you obviously are pissing it away. Go make your freaking loans. Oh, and go make those derivative investments you made so well that needed the the $0.3 trillion bailout you got. Strategist Luke Templeman. And if you look him up, he's exactly the soy loser pansy you'd expect. Said the investment bank's Concept research report published Tuesday that attacks on remote workers had been needed for years, but COVID just made it obvious. Just obvious. See? You're so stupid, commoner plebe people. It's just obvious that if any little progress is made, we need to tax it. Oh, it's not a shock. He's blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. And he's in Germany. We must kill the Juden. There, guy in a funny mustache you related to by chance? Huh? Little. You will work from home, but you will pay a tax. Or then you will get the cattle cars. You are enjoying your time at home too much, I think. You are enjoying too much fun, yeah? And other people do not have as much fun. Or then we will get the SG-44 and shoot you. Working from home meant that many people were saving on everyday costs. I can't have that. What next? They're going to spend time with the kids and lower divorce? Dang, somebody tax that. Such as travel, lunch, clothes, and cleaning, as well as possibly spending less on socializing. Oh, no! People saving money and having fun. There will be no fun. Jawohl, Oberleutnant. However, the report also said it meant remote workers were contributing less to the infrastructure of the economy whilst still receiving its benefits. No. Okay, here's how bad an economist he is. They're using less of the infrastructure. Contributing less to the infrastructure? What are you talking? They're taxing it less. Roads? Gas? It was one of the many benefits I told about society. Where 20 years ago, we could all work from home. There'd be a revolution, an economic revolution, a good one. And one of the benefits of that is we won't have to invest as much in transportation and highways. We're still receiving the benefits. They're driving less. So lie, or at least wrong. Templeman said remote workers should pay a levy post-pandemic in order to smooth the transition process. Notice how there's a process. And we need someone to manage the process. It's like no, we don't need teachers to referee tag. There's no process. If anything, there's a removal of the process called commuting. I mean, these assholes would come in and regulate your vacation. There's no process. It's an anti-process. We don't commute. We just work from home. We don't need you Nazis shoving your fingers in our asses. In order to smooth the transition process for those who have suddenly been displaced, or maybe they go learn to code, or maybe they're just SOL. Are we supposed to have every bit of progress taxed, hampered, or otherwise fiddled with because something bad happened to someone else in the world? He explained that the global economy was not set up to cope with people disconnecting from face-to-face society. So what? That doesn't necessitate a tax. I guess we change and adapt, huh? This is the idiot that would advocate, the Henry Ford created the assembly line and now all the horse and buggy people are out of business. We should tax everyone 5% so we could keep the horse and buggy industry going on. Change or die, people. That's it. It had taken centuries to build up the economic infrastructure which supported face-to-face working, he pointed out. Yes, and that's been replaced by this stuff now we got. We'll still use the roads. The roads are still there. We just won't use them as much. And the office space buildings, gee, I wonder what we could do with buildings. What could we do with buildings? If only there was like these warehouses that don't store wares anymore from the 1800s, like grains. If maybe they could turn them into, I don't know, loft apartments. Oh, wait, I got it. We could turn all the commercial building into residential housing. It would actually help the millennial generation have affordable housing. No. Oh, hey, everybody calm down. Calm down. Oberleutnant Templeman is here. And he will tell you what you will do with those buildings. Yeah. You seem to have a bigger building than the other people. Why do you have a bigger building? You will be taxed. And then we will shoot you in the streets. Oh. Taken centuries to build up the economic infrastructure with supported face-to-face working, you pointed out, and yet the sudden mass shift from working from home during the pandemic and the trend that wasn't going away. Oh, darn. You mean we just won't have traffic jams and there won't be a need to pay for parking and everyone can live downtown and downtown metro areas will have a renaissance and maybe, the millennials will be able to pay off the student loans because rents went down? Whoa, we better have somebody manage this. How would the world ever do it without you? The pandemic has seen 10 times more people in the United States working from home at 56% of the workforce, proving Aaron Clary right about these past 20 years. On the world's greatest economist, maybe, huh? A Deutsche Bank survey, oh yeah, that was accurate, showed that more than half of workers internationally want to continue to work from home 2 or 3 days a week post-pandemic. So, God. 48 billion a year raise. Remote workers tended to have higher than average incomes, Templeman said. Oh, yeah, that is not fair. We must shoot them too. And based on the average assumed salary of someone working from home, he calculated a 5% tax would leave neither companies or individuals any worse off. Why can't you just let people have their money? Why can't you let them win? Because you're a jealous fuck. That's why. I mean, it's like, let me give you an example. And this is a little bit of advice for you young men out there. Okay. And you gals too. There's some gals that do tune in. All right. When I would apply out of state, out of Minnesota, all right, and I applied to Texas or South Dakota or wherever, Wyoming, they'd say, hey, we don't have a state income tax here. I'd be like, yeah, that means more money for me. So you could accept a lower pay from us and take the same take-home pay. I'm like, or how about you pay me the same amount anyway and I get more money? Huh? That's what this asshole wants you. Oh, you see, you're saving money. And so you'd be better off just paying that tax, or you'd be just the same as you were commuting if you paid that out in the form of a tax. See, you're not losing. Oh, how dare you progress though? See, and then you can all pay this. Let me tell you the real reason you pay this tax. So this fuck can feel better and smug and smarm about himself. I did something good. Oh, these are the ones. These are the tattletales. These are the ones that told Mrs. Johnson that you put the pixie stick in Susie Johnson's hair. He's the one that went in there. He had the glasses. This looked like Poindexter. He always had like allergies or something. For example, based on an assumed average of 55,000, around 5% tax worked to just over 10 a day. That's like food, huh? So you're taking a meal off of the dinner table for the family. That's all right. Roughly what a worker might spend on commuting, lunch, or laundry. In the UK, this would just workout should just be 7 pounds a day. 8.55 euro in Germany. All right. Templeman calculated the post-COVID, there would be 4.6 billion days in total work from home in the United States based on country-specific Deutsche Bank survey data, meaning the 5% tax rate on the average salary at 48 billion a year. This could pay for 1,500 in grants for 29 million workers who cannot work from home and earn under 30,000. So here's the question. They could still work? I mean, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Like, let's say I had to work at a physical place and I had to commute. And then my buddy says, like, oh, hey, I get to work from home. I'm like, you bastard, you should give me money. I'd be like, hey, good for you, Bill. All right. But you see who the real Nazis are? I'm being serious. You see who I'm not saying he actually belongs to the Nazi party, but do you see who the real fucking tyrants are here? That there's this like one little good thing that's happened and an otherwise really bad thing. And now he's like, well, that good thing happened to you, but that good thing didn't happen to other people. And yeah, I guess that would be the way of the world. Sometimes good things happen to people and it doesn't happen to other people, I guess. Oh, we should take that good thing and give a little bit to, no, screw you. And by the way, who the fuck are you? Oh, that's right. You're a Nazi. You think that you have the right to tell other people what to do with their money and time and tell the world how to behave and what we should do and not do. Because heaven forbid, you get a real fucking job. Which being an economist, by the way, is not. Or what was it? What was it? Thematic strategist. Oh, eat a bag of dicks, buddy. And applying the same calculation to the UK, the work from home tax would raise 7 billion pound with 2,000 grand, whereas minimum wage. In Germany, the tax raised 15 billion. All right. Back solve taxes. Templeman said some people would oppose the proposed tax, arguing that engagement with the economy is a personal choice and they should not be penalized for making that decision. However, he highlighted that he highlighted that government has always back-solved taxes to suit the social environment. This fucker wants to use government policy and government taxes to change your behavior. Like, fuck society, what society wants. Forget what an independent, individual, free people want to do. No, it's the government that should. And who should tell the government to tell the people what they want, what they should do? This guy. He's your enemy. These are the people you don't want being in charge. And above all else, people you shouldn't listen to. You know, I'm a dick. I'm an asshole. People don't like me. I get it. But I'm not, you'll never hear me once say, you know what you should do with your own free life? What I say you should do. Oh, and they might disagree, but I'm going to get the government to force you to do it. So that way I could be like, or in his case, I mean, think about that. It's just so scary. Government has always backsolved taxes to suit the social environment. Subsidizing businesses that had no long-term future in the shift towards human disconnection made no sense for governments. Subsidizing businesses that had no long-term future in the shift towards human disconnection makes no sense for governments, Temple said, but supporting workers who had been displaced by forces outside their control while they retrain or figure out their next steps. What? How are you subsidizing businesses? What? Dude, you're not an economist. You're a politician. Shut the fuck up. Therefore, he said, workers lucky enough to be in a position to disconnect, or maybe people who just worked really hard. Disconnect themselves from the face economy, owe it to them. Look at this tyrannical, dictatorial fuck. All right, so I just went through a couple notes. All right, I just want to point this out so you guys can understand this, all right? So you can see who your enemies and your friends are. All right, this guy is a tyrant, okay? He's deciding that it's not that he's deciding how progress should be shared. It's simply the fact he's deciding that progress should be shared. That, well, that's progress and it needs to be shared. No, maybe I worked for it. Maybe I put myself there. Maybe I'm just lucky. How about my progress is my progress and go fuck yourself? No. He has made the moral decision somehow that progress needs to be shared. Right? He's also going to tell you how to share it. He's a dictator where he's like perfectly fine that government policy should be used to form society and not the other way around, that society should blaze its own path and then the government should fucking reflect that. He's an idiot because like all communists, like how do I want to do this efficiently? When you take away free markets and you take away private property and private ownership, now and there is no such thing as ownership, you lose price. It's not, you don't know what the value of anything is. All right. So now in doing that, the government has accidentally foisted upon itself the burden of pricing. Well, how much of this do we make? How much of that do we make? And this is where the government has become very intrusive. And like, well, how many loaves of bread? You gotta have a government agency, the Department of Bread. How many loaves of bread do we? I don't know. Just let the people figure it out. Oh no, we know we own everything now. The government owns everything. So now we gotta have a commissariat or something like that. He is a fool to think we're going to go down to this granular level of every little bit of progress, be it now people can telecommute or what? Guys, it's coming. It's coming. Harrison Bergeron, it's coming. Oh, your wife is too hot. How do we transfer that benefit? How do we redistribute progress? What if a kid finds a $5 bill? This happened to me. Well, I found a $5 bill on the ground one time, and my brother didn't, and he was upset. I was faster, though. Right? I got it. Is this asshole, is Templeman going to come in like, oh, you really got to give him $250? Like, what kind of apparatus and structure and infrastructure are you going to have to make sure progress in everything is redistributed fairly? And if it is, and everything is actually equal in the end, well, why don't we just set off a big-ass nuclear bomb because there won't be any humans left anyway. We'll just be robots. But he thinks these economists think like this. They think that, oh, I can get down to this level. Okay, you are taller. There was a guy who was really obsessed about the way people look, too. I don't know who he could be. I think he's a psychopath, thinking that he, and not just him, all these politicians think the government should be involved in your personal lives this much. And then he anti-fun. Who wants to invite this guy to a party, huh? Oh, doesn't he sound like a bundle of joy? He's a barrel of laughs. Yeah, let's get Temple. Oh, where's Luke? Where's Luke? The funny guy who's going to look and calculate. You have a little bit more wine in your wine glass. She does not have as much wine in her wine glass. And he's sitting there with his measuring stick at the party, making sure everybody's wine. Okay, now everybody will drink at the same time so we can make sure that we are all equal, yeah? Wait a minute. I forgot a calculation. Some people weigh more than others, and proportionally they should have more. Yeah, I think that is correct. Let me re-measure the wine again. Oh, you over there. Your scotch smells older than the other people's scotch. Are you drinking Lafroig 15 while the other people are drinking Lafroig 10? We shall shoot you in the parking lot immediately. I mean, what the fuck? I got to know what this guy does for fun. What does he do? Go back at home and obsess about how things just aren't fair on a planet of 7.5 billion people? If anybody has a picture of this guy chilling out and having fun, God almighty, I got to see it. I want to see him like playing pool and just relaxing and being a fucking human. It's a soy boy. Look him up. And I just want to point out failure. Not necessarily him, but he's working for a failure of a company. Again, Deutsche Bank needed the American taxpayer to bail him out. And I'm thinking like, we want the money back because you guys are obviously pissing your money away on a thematic strategist. What in fuck's name? Think you got a little bit of money there, huh? A little bit bored? Let's go to the Department of Nazi think. I mean, economic strategy. And then you will tell the people in the world what to think, yeah? Yeah, that is good, you think my way. Otherwise, there might be consequences, yeah. I just hate evil people like this. I just hate fucking evil people like this. Can't leave people. This is like so anti-libertarian. It's then forget libertarian. It's just anti-human. Leave people the fuck alone. My God, we got to deal with this. It's not exactly by the way there, Hans. Booby. It's not like working from home is this wonderful joy either. Have you heard about people going stir crazy? They got to talk to the therapist, all the divorce and everything going on. No, what I think is more important than what is happening in the real world for real. There you go. So check out this, Luke. Now I'm going to count my fucking money that people donate to me, you dick. Let's see you pull that off over at Deutsche Bank. Oh, by the way, none of the money I make here comes from the American taxpayer. It's all free will. People donate here, you ass. $2. Deutsche Bank probably has been insolvent for years. Yeah, I remember even before the financial crisis, they were running into problems. And it's like Deutsche Bank is Germany's version of our Wells Fargo. They were plagued with the bunch. It's the big, dumb, idiotic bank that's just too big to fail, head up its own ass, morons and idiots all work. You don't want to work there. Nonstop Dre, $3.60 for $2. Someday a height, intelligence, happy, and fun tech. Yeah, it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. And you, Dre, who, by the way, people, if you didn't know, Dre is 6'7" and has a 12-inch flaccid penis. They're going to come in there, Dre, and snip it. You have too big a penis. We shall get the shears. Oh. Man, Dre be running for he'd be like, I'm out of this country. Why are they taking your money? No, way worse. What, they wanted half your money, half of something else. Oh. ETC Shadow, $10. Cappy, solve my riddle. There are 12 girls in my class. They are put in groups of 2. Okay, we're at 6. If I approach these groups, what's the probability that I can get both girls from every group to sleep with me? There's more than both. Don't you mean all girls? 12 girls are put in groups of 2. Oh. Well, the probability, well, assume 50% chance. What? 0.5 to... Hang on. 12 girls in my class. They are put in groups of 2. So 6 groups of 2. If I approach each of these groups, what's the probability that I can get both girls from every group to sleep with me? All right, well, let's just assume, okay, both girls got to agree with you. So there's a 0.25 chance, assume 50-50. Both of them want to do that, so it's a 25% chance. 25 to the 6th power. I'm sorry, 0.25 to the 6th power. Isn't that it? Assuming no, like, oh my God, you're hot. And kind of Bell distribution. Whatever the math is, I guess. Did I do the math right? I don't know. Did you know, Mad? $2 Canadian. Is Cappy bombarded with asshole consulting or free, man? No, I'm not bombarded. Thankfully, it's been low. It's been very low. I've been able to focus on my book. Nonstop Dre, $3.60 for $2. When they say Nazi, they mean not a communist. No, it's the same thing, man. It doesn't matter. Read my article, Were the Nazi Socialists? And you'll find out they more or less were, but they started the war too quickly to find out. And the military spending just masked whatever social spending they might have had or whatever social spending goals or ideals they might have had. The rearmament budget previous to the war just threw everything off. So it's really hard. They weren't in power long enough. You wouldn't have known. Dominic Laurel for 14 Canadian dollars. How long will this house arrest the world is in going to last? And is it legal? Thanks. Oh, it's legal because the government said so. See, and that makes it moral and correct. And you have wrong think. Dominique. You are thinking wrong. You shall go to the Luke Templeman School of Re-Education, yeah? Then you will think correctly. It will last. It's gonna last. It'll taper off. I don't think there'll be a definitive end. You're gonna have the people. It's gonna last mid 2021, I guess. At least another 7 months, in my opinion. I mean, using all these companies are closing down. Like, we're not bringing anyone back until June of 2021. Fine. By that time, I'm going to be in a free state, so I don't care. And as long as travelers open up, I really don't care. For all you states, both nation states and states in the United States, you guys want to shut down your economies, and okay. Dominic, what's it like up in Canada? I don't pay attention to politics anymore. I really don't. So I don't know what's going on in Canada. Atrocious. For $5, we all benefit as a whole from the free market. The bottom line raises instead of being brought down. Yeah, but we benefit disproportionate to one another. Atrocious. Like right now, somebody probably found a nickel on the ground. I didn't find a nickel on the ground. Let's go grab that kid and force him to give me a penny of that nickel. North Korea. For $5, I've never gotten a straightforward answer about solving the national debt from any of my econ professors. Modern monetary theory makes no sense to me. Modern monetary theory just means we can print off money. There you go. I've simplified that for you. I don't know how you don't get a straightforward answer about solving the national debt from your econ professors. The only way to solve the national debt is we're going to have to work more. That's it. And spend less. And by work more, I mean we're going to have to work more to pay the taxes to still maintain our standard of living, or just tighten our belts a little bit, and the money would have to go to pay down the national debt. We can inflate it away. You'd have to, we could do that. Like right now, we just print off 3-4% more money than what GDP is, and we get a balanced budget amendment, and then slowly over time, the national debt will go away. But I don't know why the econ professors can't give you a straight answer. That's pretty simple. It's no different than I have $10,000 in debt as a person. What do? I guess you're going to save more and spend less, and you're going to work more and pay it off. I mean, it's not, economics is not complicated. You shouldn't be able to get a degree in it. It's not that hard. It's not a thing. It's not real. Oh, reads like something they would implement in Minnesota. Yep. No, it's coming. It's coming. At the state, federal, and local level, at least here in the United States, where we got those 3 layers of government, every Marxist, leftist, SJW do-gooder is going to do something that has nothing to do with money to show how much they care. They didn't tear up. I don't really know this about Minneapolis. Minneapolis is a big town, and they have traffic. And this happened at St. Paul too. And what they did is they turned a couple of these main thoroughfares, which are pretty vital for any of you who live in a major metro. You got your interstates, but you got your main thoroughfares that you're like, how do you get into the city? Well, you got to, in Vegas, it'd be Sahara, Rainbow. It's on the west side. Eastern. It's over on the east side, obviously. But in Minneapolis and St. Paul, they took some of these main thoroughfares and just chopped up, dedicated an entire lane to bikes. I don't know if you also knew this about the Twin Cities. It snows here 6 months out of the year, so biking only works 6 months out of the year. And what else did they do? They did that, and I forgot what it was. But the point is, it had nothing to do with money. They just clogged up the streets more by basically making it impossible for cars to park. And now no one goes to work anymore in Minneapolis. No one, Oh. Judd Grover, $2. Nazi impersonation was hilarious. You missed super chats. Did I miss some? All right, let me log in. I get that because I don't want to. ETC Shadow, $5, 33% probability since there were 3 outcomes that could happen in each group with 1 favorable outcome. You said all of them with 1 favorable, so 6 favorable outcomes. I disagree with the stats. Very quickly giving it over. I could be wrong. I could have done my math wrong. Hang on. Let me everyone take a break for a second. Okay, here we go. We're back. Found it. Okay. Reason I never got a straightforward answer. How long? Cappy can bombarded. Riddle. Someday height. No, we already got that. 5% tax. Okay. Here, the competent man for $2 US, 5% tax. I read that, and my response was, "Go fuck yourself." Go fuck yourself. It's from Tropic Thunder. Judd Grover for $2. Experts say women being thin is a win-win for all. I've I've written about that a non-fiscal policy you could implement to increase GDP was to make women thin again. They do that in China. I don't know if you guys remember the story where they just hire cute girls to walk around and be nice to their programmers, and they got something like a 60% increase in production. Skinny wives save lives, guarantee you. If you got yourself a skinny wife, you're not going to have suicide. It's not going to happen. Miguel Angel Casillas for $5. Did this guy just say suck it? I like this guy. Bill, promote this guy. He's got pep. He's going places. I like the cut of his jib. Anthony CMA, $2. Actuary CPA accounting. Ooh, good one. I'm going to say... Boy, they're both good choices, but if I had to choose one, I go CPA because it's easier to employ yourself. You just the actuary. I mean, who hires an actuary? Well, I do, but normal people don't. But everyone hires a CPA. The competent man for $2. Finally, Cappy's back, and there we go. All right, did we miss any more here? ETC Shadow. Petra's Art Studio for 10 reals. Oh, Brazil, Brazilian reals. Okay. I don't know what that is. You are fun. Greetings from Brazil. Hello, Petra. Greetings from the United States. Oh, it's coming up on summer. Oh, it's spring down there, isn't it? I bet you it's real nice down in Brazil now, huh? We got snow right now, so I bet you. I know my buddies down in Brazil and Australia. Everyone's like, yeah, it's coming. It's becoming nice. Arcadia or Askanai is the Jewish agent in the field for $5. The Minneapolis City Council members are something else. I think if you pick random people off the street any day, you will gather a better team. Yeah, they're mentally ill, and I'm not saying that because I disagree with them politically. You go look at the Minneapolis City Council, and these people are just spoiled little kids from the burbs who are all going to make it better for the poor black people. Don't worry, poor black citizens. Liberal white people are here. They'll solve the problem. Don't worry, poor Hispanic people. The rich kids from the suburbs who are now in their 30s, they're here. Madison from Wayzata will help you with her sociology degree. It's all okay. Oh, Swallow Blue for $5. Wouldn't it just be easier to just fat tax everything at this point instead of wasting time on it? Yeah, I've advocated a sales tax. We get rid of all taxation. Pass it a constitutional amendment. The only form of taxation allowed at all forms of government is a sales tax, and you're only allowed to have one. And that consolidates all the taxes into one, and then everybody pays it, and then we all know what the cost of government is. There's none of them. I got to add up my sales and my property. Oh, those rich bastards over there pay. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, and you know what? Then there's no tax deductions. There's no like, oh, I get a 401k. No, you're all paying 25%. Shut up and good night. You don't have to file taxes anymore. Oh, don't listen to the crazy. Don't listen to that economist. Don't listen to the one who's not a Nazi. We should somebody do a Street Fighter type of game where, but instead of fighters, it's like famous economists. We get like Paul Krugman, Robert Reich, this idiot, and get me in there. I don't want to be the main guy. I'm not, but like Peter Schiff could be the big conservative or libertarian guy. Get Ludwig von Mises in there. I'd be one of the minor characters. I'd be a nobody. ETC Shadow for $2. More math rules to come next year. Don't throw me off like I got to sit and think about it. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, AstroConsulting.com. I got more